Hi, first of all, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Naraini Shafika and my metric number is 10DPM22F1059. Okay, today me and my friend Mashita would like to present the end of chapter. In this end of chapter, we have got two questions where I will present the first question and Mashita will present the second question. Okay, for question 1. Azri and Awa has been married for 15 years. One day, Azri went out station for 3 days and left his credit card for Awa to use in emergency situation. Before he left, Azri also provided Awa Rm300 as an allowance. After Azri left their house, Awa used Azri's credit card to buy 4 pieces of clothes from a famous brand named Swan. After a month, Azri received a credit card bill. Although the bill was in his name, he refused to pay as the debt was not his but his wife. Based on the scenario, you are required to for question A, describe an issue that arising on the scenario. Okay, for the answer is there any contract between Azri and Awa? Okay, for question B, explain the relevant provision under the Contract Act 1915. Okay, under the Contract 1915, Section 114 state that an authority is said to be expressed when it given by word spoke and or written. An authority is said to be implied when it is to be inferred from the circumstance of the case and things spoken or written, or the ordinary course of dealing may be accountant, consumer on the case. Okay, for question 3, propose a relevant case to support your answer. Okay, I choose the case Chan Yiti v. William, Jack and Co. Okay, for fact, the plaintiff agreed to supply the plaintiff agree and supplier the good to the defendant because the defendant say that he is a partner of other in a meeting. However, the defendant does not pay the payment for the good delivery as he does not know the commercial of business. The plaintiff want to sue as defendant brands the contract for not being paid the goods. Okay, for Hill, the court said the defendant was not entitled to repudiate the contract. They are liable to the contract. Okay, for question D, justify a good conclusion to the above issue. Okay, for my answer is there is a no contract between Azri and Awa, referring to the section 114. An authority is said to be implied when it is to be inferred from the circumstance of the case. Her husband left his credit card for Awa to use in emergency situation, but Awa was using her husband's credit card to buy something unnecessary so he can refund to pay the debt for his wife. Okay.
My name is Mashita. My metric number is 10DPM2F1079. Okay, I would like to present question number 2, case study EOC. Jamal bought a car, Honda City from Zainal, and has been using it for several months. Jamal was later discovered that Zainal did not have the legal right to the car. The car is the property of Sharul. Jamal had to give the car to Sharul and claim the money that has been paid. Zainal refused to hand the money to Jamal. Okay, the question is, based on the situation given, you are required to describe an issue that arising on the scenario. So the issue is there Zainal have no title to sell the car to Jamal? So for the question number 2, explain the relevant provision case under the Sale of Goods Act 1975. So the provision case under the Sale of Goods Act 1975 is Section 14A. So Section 14A states that an implied condition on the part of the seller that in the case of sale he has a right to sell goods, and that in the case of an agreement to sell, he will have a right to sell the good at the time when the property is passed. So for the question number 3 is, propose a relevant case to support your answer. So the relevant case is case Roland which Duval. So fact, the claimant, a car dealer, bought a car from the defendant for £3,034. He paid the car and put it in his showroom and sold it to a customer for £400. 2 months later, the car was impounded by the police as it had been stolen. It was returned to the original owner. Both the claimant and the defendant were unaware that the car had been stolen. The claimant returned the £400 to the customer and filed a claim against the defendant under the Sale of Goods Act 1957. Held, the defendant did not have the right to sell the goods as he did not obtain good title from the thief. Ownership remained with the original owner. The defendant had 2 months' use of the car which he did not have to pay for, and the claimant was not entitled to any compensation for the work carried out on the car. So for the last question is conclusion above issue. So based on the issue, Zainal has the title to sell the car to Jamal referring to the Section 40A under the Sale of Goods Act 1975.